Hey guys, my name is Alex. I'm one of the new creators on CryptoNairs. And in order to provide more value for you guys, we are creating more content. And today we're going to go through some news that's coming out today and checking out the markets. Now, your comments are very valuable, so please leave a comment, like, or subscribe and see if this is something that you guys want going forward. Now, none of this is actually financial advice. This is my own opinion. And basically, it's a way for you guys to learn a little bit more about the market. I know sometimes when you're working a full-time job, it's going to be harder to keep your eye on market. And the point of this content is to make things a lot easier for you guys to understand what's going on. So yeah, let's get started. All right, guys. So the first thing we want to get started off with is Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin on TradingView. What I typically like to do is to look at it from a monthly perspective. Today is June 1st and we're starting a new month. During the previous months, we did see a huge drop from 37,000 and it hit 25,000 at the lows of May. So it's been a bad couple of 2 months. Now going on the weekly charts, Bitcoin had its longest losing streak in all of its history, and it had a 9-week losing streak. So maybe this week will be a little bit better, and hopefully it's not a 10-week losing streak. And if that happens, that's going to be pretty bad for the market as a whole. So looking at the weekly chart, I drew my support and resistance lines. And usually I tend to draw it at the close of candles here and the close of the wicks down here. And this kind of gives me this zone between 32,000 and 30,000. So on Monday, it actually broke out of this triangle, if you were to call it, and it went up through hit 32,000. And a lot of people were happy at that time because Bitcoin prices posted its biggest daily gain since early March. The world's biggest cryptocurrency by market value jumped 7.6% on Monday, registering its biggest single day percentage since March 8th. Bounce came after 9 straight weekly losses and the recent seller failure to keep prices under the crucial support of 28,000. So today is Wednesday, and the day before wasn't really much price action and it kind of hovered in this zone. Now this morning, Bitcoin was a little green and so was the S&P and Dow Jones. And looking at this chart, this is the 1 hour on the S&P. Now you see this fall right here, and this fall was happened around 10 a.m. this morning. And I think the reason why a dip happened was because of Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon says, brace yourself for an economic hurricane caused by the Fed and Ukraine war. If you don't know who Jamie Dimon is, he is the CEO of JP Morgan. So anything that he kind of says will affect the market in some way or form. It could be either bullish or it can be even bearish. This was a very bearish sentiment by him, even for a man like himself. And with that being said, prices quickly drop on the S&P. And because Bitcoin and the S&P are still kind of tied together, as you can see, we did have a drop in this morning as well from 31,600 all the way to now, which is hovering just around $30,000. So again, Bitcoin not looking too well for the market today. Now, personally, what are my thoughts and where do I think this is going? For me, personally, I want to see Bitcoin pass this resistance region, and I want it to break up here and pass this trend line. This trend line has been going on since November 21, and really that's the part that's going to indicate for me that it's going to go back up. Now, is this the bottom? And this is the big question that a lot of people have. Again, this is not financial advice and this is personally my own opinion, but I don't think this is the bottom yet, and it's probably going to go a lot lower. Now, why is that? This is a chart by Will Clementi, and this is the cost basis ratio between short-term holders and long-term holders, which is indicated by the blue line. The green line is if it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, typically in the past, between 2015 to 2016, the bottom was found when it went under 1. And that could also be said in 2019, where cost basis was under 1 and it kind of found the bottoms. Typically, these were pretty good indicators of finding where the bottom is before the next rally or the bull run. Now, in this case, up to this date, according to this chart, we haven't hit the 1 mark yet. So this is kind of telling me that no, there might still be room for a lower low. Another chart right here, this is a 200-week moving average by REC Capital. And again, back in 2015 and 2016, there was a double bottom hitting the 200-week moving average. And again, in 2019 and 2020. Now, to reiterate what I said before, that bottom hasn't been touched. Even the first bottom hasn't been touched as of yet. So again, market sentiment could still go a little bit lower. Now, checking out the fear and greed index. The fear and greed index, really good sentiment of what's going on. Usually, in most cases, it's a good time to buy when it's fearful and sell when it's usually up here. Would I recommend buying? Probably not in this case, but everyone has their own opinions, and this is my opinion at the moment. Checking out coin market cap, the global crypto market is 1.25 trillion and a 4.04% decrease over the last day. Again, a lot of things are in the red right now. It was pretty green in the morning, but not in this case. Looking at the 24% gains within the hour, waves have been making pretty big moves recently, and over the past 7 days, they have been up 73%, which is, applaud to them. Tron, on the other hand, I'm surprised surprised. It's still up on 24% margin, and over the 7-day period, it has been up 1.7%. Now, Tron launched an algo stablecoin back in May, and you would kind of expect with the fall of USD that this is probably not a good idea for Tron, but the market says otherwise, and a lot of people seem to be adopting Tron a little bit better. Now, if we go on DeFi Llama, Tron is actually the third biggest chain ahead of AVAX, Polygon, Solana, and it's actually one of the only chains in the top 10 almost to be up within 1 day and a 7-day period. What's very interesting that I find is that Tron only has 9 protocols within the ecosystem, while the other ones all surpass at least 50 different protocols within them. So to me, this means there's a lot of bullish sentiment within the market for Tron. Now, although despite Bitcoin going down for the past couple months, the Bitcoin Lightning Network capacity touches all-time high, beating market bear sentiments. Now, for those who don't know what the Lightning Network is, the Lightning Network is a second layer solution focusing on transactions. Capacity refers to the total amount of Bitcoin locked in the network. So if you guys are a fan of Bitcoin and you want to see the success of crypto in the future, this is really good indicator that adoption continued to grow despite a bear market. Now, if you're skeptical about the future of what's going to happen with crypto, personally, I think is when and not if the market is going to go back up. And I think the next bull run might be pretty spectacular. Why is that? So this is an analysis done by this guy named Venture Founder. And basically the blue line shows the amount of stablecoins in exchanges throughout the months. So stablecoins on exchange have gradually gone up in this recent cycle. Even after recent sell-off in the past 6 months, the stablecoins balance have not gone down. This is telling me that in the next bull run, a lot of people are going to have a lot of ammo to buy back coins at lower prices, and hopefully prices will surpass all-time highs in the next bull run. And again, I think this is when and not an if situation. Checking up on some Luna news. So on May 31st, staking completes Terra 2.0 Luna airdrop distribution to all Terra holders. So if you've been living under a rock, Terra 2.0 has launched on May 29th. And Binance was actually one of the later exchanges to list Luna on exchanges and to give back the new Luna to its old holders. And I think a lot of people expected Luna to continue to drop when Binance started to list exchange. However, on the day that they list exchange right here, it jumped up 40% all the way up to just pipping around $10. However, today on June 1st, it has slid all the way down to $6. According to CoinMarketCap, that's a 25% drop from the next day. Terra Luna has been an interesting topic for a lot of people these days. And with the most recent crash, the community is really divided between supporting it and not supporting it. And now I want your opinion too on this. Like, do you support Terra Luna? If not, please leave it in the comments. So some Ethereum 2.0 news. The Robson Ethereum testnet ready for merge, first dress rehearsal. The merge on Ethereum is closer than ever as the Robson testnet is set to execute its own merge to give developers a look at what to expect for the real thing. For those who don't know what that is, it is basically a testnet for Ethereum 2.0, and it was launched in 2016. If the merge on the testnet is successful, that means the adoption for Ethereum 2.0 in August will be a pretty good date for when we can expect Ethereum 2.0. So what does that mean when that comes? I think everyone knows, but I have to say it means lower gas fees and quicker transactions. Now today, Binance Labs raised $500 million fund for Web3 blockchain investments. The new fund will invest in cryptocurrency companies in 3 stages spanning from incubation to late stage growth. So the Web3 movement, if you're supportive of it, this is pretty good news. And for those who don't know what a Web3 is, it's really defined as decentralized web surfing or content-owned web services. And personally, I think we are going to get to that point where Web3 will be the dominant ecosystem. And questions are not really if, but when is it going to happen? The goal of the newly closed investment fund is to discover and support projects with founders with the potential to build and to lead Web3 across DeFi, NFTs, gaming, metaverse, social, and more. So with that happening, I'm kind of excited to see what's going to come out from the fund, and hopefully we'll see some new projects that's going to innovate and to expand the Web3 ecosystem. Now, last but not least, the last piece of news that came out, KUCOIN plugs into Web3 with new decentralized wallet. So this wallet is going to be similar to any wallet that you use, like MetaMask or Brave Wallet or anything like that. KuCoin, for those who don't know, is a centralized exchange, and having them to create a Web3 wallet is just going to help the ecosystem just a little bit better. With more competition in the ecosystem, it's really going to be more of a benefit for users like me and you. So for anyone who has a chance to download this wallet, please leave in the comments if this is a good wallet or maybe there's a lot of bugs going on. All right, so that's it, guys. This is the first ever episode for some news that we're doing on the crypto market markets. If you guys like it, please leave it in the comments. If you don't, also please leave it in the comments. But be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be bringing you a lot more value in the future. So take care, guys. And again, this is not financial advice.